Hello and welcome back to INMR, where in today's podcast I'm going to be talking about my problem with the England team. Since Gareth Southgate's departure, England have played just 2 matches under Lee Carsley, a 2-0 win over Ireland and a 2-0 win over Finland. Positive results, but they are against lesser opposition. By the time this is live, England will have also played against Greece at Wembley. Carsley has made some interesting picks in both squads since becoming interim manager, most of which I'm excited by and agree with. However, the biggest problem for me is the exclusion of Aston Villa's Morgan Rogers, and in this podcast I'm going to explain why. Rogers' numbers in terms of goals and assists haven't been very high, but everyone knows how good he's been this season beyond goal involvements. Rogers has been a joy to watch as he establishes himself as a rising star in the Premier League, standing out to fans and neutrals with his bursting dribbles and impressive footwork. You can see here from his Premier League stats so far how progressive he is when on the ball, an average carrying distance of 23.3 metres, which is the second highest in the league amongst all players. Completed a lot of take-ons as well. Obviously the assists are quite low, but in terms of the chances he's creating and the areas he's getting himself into, it's really positive stuff. What also stands out with Rogers at Villa is his work off the ball to accompany the tenacity he has when in possession. The 22-year-old is in the top 10 Premier League players for pressures this season and sits in high percentiles for off-the-ball intensity. You can see already this season he's won the ball 178 times after 10 seconds of pressing. He's pressured 255 passes and covered over 2 kilometres whilst pressing when out of possession. So although this doesn't look very exciting, 3 goal involvements in over 500 minutes, his talent and the reason people are so excited about this guy goes far beyond goals and assists. Much of Rogers' early years saw him take up a variety of positions, however he was mostly regarded as a winger. At Middlesbrough he was used as a roaming 10 a little bit more, making more touches per 90 in a central area, and that's actually a similar area that we're now seeing him succeed in at Aston Villa. Last season we saw him play on the wing quite a bit as well as centrally, but this season he's just been central for pretty much all of it, and here he can drive at players from all angles rather than just down the line. 11% of his touches have been just outside the penalty area this season, which highlights the key areas in which he's causing a threat and providing chances for teammates slightly further ahead. Rogers likes to run with the ball and take on lots of opponents. He's really strong and often shrugs off challenges on his way to the final third. As you can see from his progressive carries map here, he's had 21 long progressive carries, which is defined as a player moving with the ball for more than 10 metres up the field. The impressive thing about this map is that a lot of these carries are into the final third, and even some of them you can see just the distance from where he's gone from his defensive third and driven all the way up to the other end of the pitch, and put Villa in a really good situation where they can perhaps create a goal scoring opportunity or even go all the way and get a goal. These 21 progressive carries of over 10 metres is the 5th most amongst midfielders in the league. This gives Villa an extra weapon when on the break and also helps them charge through the gaps in midfield. His link-up with Ollie Watkins has been very successful, and so far this season in open play, Rogers has passed the ball to Watkins 21 times. The majority of them are in the final third, where Watkins can cause a lot of damage. He's also created 5 chances for Watkins, one of them leading to a goal, highlighting how well those two get on when on the pitch. And as the season progresses, he's going to be creating a lot more chances for Watkins, who no doubt is going to put them away. So his numbers no doubt will rise, especially by way of assists, but that really isn't why he should be getting called up for the England squad. Even if he had no goal contributions this season, he has still been outstanding. Rogers has attempted 15 take-ons in his own half, which is the second highest in the league, and his success rate of 40% in the defensive half is above average in the league. Because Rogers is quite a high-risk player, he does lose possession fairly often. He lost possession 80 times so far this season, but that hasn't proved to be a huge issue for Villa, and as Rogers develops, that number is going to decrease. For the most part though, his positives far outweigh the negatives, and he's remaining influential in attack. His 3.5 shot creating actions per 90 is a decent return, which puts him level with the likes of Bryan Mbeumo, Kai Havertz and Mo Kudus. And in terms of his involvement in attacking sequences for Villa, he is right at the top. His aggressive, direct style of play is perfectly suited to the way that Villa attack. They're a side who break forward at pace, and his powerful physique is tailor-made for Emery's approach. Rogers ranks 5th in the division for attempted take-ons, and carries the ball with strength and speed. 5 of those bursts have earned fouls, and a further 5 have taken him into the opponent's box this season. Even without the ball, Rodgers is very hard working, which is another trait that is really important to Unai Emery. With the creations of transitions so vital to Villa's success, Rodgers' ability to win the ball back in advanced areas is a huge plus. He's excellent at dropping back into midfield to force turnovers, and the numbers on the screen show his value to Villa when they don't have the ball. When Rodgers initially joined from Middlesbrough, Emery experimented with him in central areas, but the bulk of his appearances in 2023-24 were on the left-hand side of Villa's midfield. Emery's wide men play quite narrowly, but as shown by Rodgers' heat map, he was largely used as a hard-working winger that tracked back. Now though, he's a support striker that does most of the work in and around the halfway line and beyond. With Ollie Watkins naturally drawn left, Rodgers has actually spent more time on the ball in the right-sided pockets. So as you can see from that, Rodgers definitely deserved to be called up for the England squad. Him and a few others I can't believe missed out, but Rodgers is the main one for me, who definitely deserved a call up. Maybe in the next international break he'll get a chance, but I really can't see how putting him in the under-21 squad is helping him develop at all on an international level. That is where I'm going to end today's podcast, but there are plenty of others you can go and listen to. For extra content, be sure to check out my website, that's inmrfootball.co.uk. On there you can find live blogs, match reports, club updates and so much more. And if that's not enough, INMR is also on Instagram and X, so you can follow me on there for more daily football content. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you in the next one.